With the lowest amount of inventory on the market since real estate has been invented, if you want to offer on a property here in my marketplace of Surrey BC and the Fraser Valley, you have to bring to the table the dreaded all cash offer. But what is an all cash offer, and why do all parties to the transaction, including the real estate agents, often misrepresent the meaning? Well, I'm going to tell you all about all cash offers right after I ask you to cash in on the like button. This channel is dedicated to educating people like you about local Surrey and Fraser Valley real estate. And all I ask in return is that you go ahead and redeem your one free like button for this video and all the others and help me increase viewership. And if you would like to stay up to date on the marketplace, please remember to click the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video. And now let's get into all cash offers. You see, in a normal purchase and sale contract, you as the buyer would enter into an agreement with a seller that contains these little things called conditions. To learn more about those conditions, make sure you go back and check out this video. But given the fact that in today's market, we are undersupplied with listings for sale and oversupplied with willing buyers and access to cheap money, buyers are finding themselves in a spot where if they insert conditions into their offer, that the seller will simply pick a different offer with fewer or no conditions at all. And when a buyer puts forth an offer that is not conditional upon them finalizing their financing to purchase the property, most buyers, sellers, and even agents refer to this as an all cash offer. However, this is only figuratively a cash offer, and there's a very good chance that the home is not literally being bought with all cash. You see, most buyers that are willing to remove their financing condition before presenting their offer don't actually have all that money to purchase the home just sitting around in the bank. In fact, most buyers are still planning to finance the majority of that property through either a conventional or unconventional mortgage funded through a bank or other lending institution. So let's be clear on this specifically if you are a seller. If a buyer comes to you and says, this offer is all cash, or if your agent has told you that this offer is all cash, don't be afraid to ask,
is it really all cash?
Or is it just not subject to financing? And yeah, it's totally okay to ask that question. Now, real cash offers actually do happen, and they do happen fairly regularly. Most often, we see them from downsizers who have previously owned another property at a higher price point. They have either paid off their mortgage on another property after living there for a very long period of time, or they have grown their equity through a higher price point property, and now they're downsizing to a lower price point where they no longer require a mortgage. But if you do find yourself with one of those cash offers that is not really an all cash offer, you have to understand that there is risk involved, no matter if you are the buyer or the seller in that transaction. If an offer is unconditional, but not really all cash, what the buyer is saying is that they have done enough work with the bank on the back end to be confident that their mortgage will be approved, or at least I hope they have. And they're willing to gamble their deposit on the fact that they are actually able to complete on the purchase. However, even after an offer is accepted, the bank usually still wants to do further income and down payment verification, and likely an appraisal. So on a side note, if you do receive an all cash offer, don't be surprised if you get another call later on that the bank wants to come by and have a look at the place. The risk is that if one of these factors does not fall in line with the bank's requirements
or policies,
the whole thing could blow up. For instance, if you just offered to pay $4 gajillion for this starter home in Wally, and the bank's appraisal comes back at only $3 gajillion, well, you may qualify for the higher amount, but the bank may not lend you the money on that property because they don't think the property's worth it. And now you could be in trouble. And as the seller, if your buyer is the person that has put themselves in this spot, you could be right up the creek with them. Specifically, if you are planning to take the money from your sale and go purchase another property. So the next time you hear the words all cash offer, remember to ask yourself, or better off ask your agent, if indeed the buyer is actually paying for the home in all cash, or if they are just confident in their offer and removing their financing condition from the contract, still requiring financing from a bank in the future, because there's a big difference between these two situations. If you need help navigating your purchase or sale within this city of Surrey or the Fraser Valley, you can book a call with me right down below in the description. You can download our Informed Buyer's Guide at the exact same time. Please check out a playlist while you're here on the channel. Click the like button before you go, and we'll see you in a couple of days.